Can I rant to you guys for a little bit? Safe place? Okay, here we go. I am so sick, and I'm just gonna call it out, of beard product company owners, and it's a small minority, but I'm seeing more and more, using arguments to say their products are better than other companies with stuff that doesn't actually really matter with the products or the quality or anything, such as throwing out their years of experience. Don't worry, I will explain, but Dan, experience matters. Hold up. Throwing out things like their titles. I am this, I'm certified in this, I've done this. And even just the approach of saying other companies are bad, other companies are lying. The concept of bringing others down in hopes that it's gonna prop yourself up. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. I have a lot of experience in this industry, and I will tell you, those that have any of that approach are never the better option. It's never happened. There's an exception to every rule, but I haven't found it on this one. And I will go into detail, but I should explain myself and introduce myself so you guys know who I am without talking about my titles and my education, my years of experience and stuff. And there's a time and place for that, right? But we all know intention. We all know when somebody's trying to pull something over you, and I'm getting ahead of myself. My name is Dan, C Bearded. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm just a guy with a beard that has a passion for it, and I use this platform to share my experiences, my opinions, my thoughts, and anything that kind of comes to mind. But above all, I take pride in creating a platform for a community to share our thoughts. It's not a one-way street. I'm not talking at you. I'm not telling you what to do or anything like that. I'm just starting discussions. I'm just giving some food for thought, establishing a baseline where people can learn their own personal variables and then go from there. If that resonates with you at all, please consider two things. One, hitting the thumbs up, the like button down below where you're watching this video. And then second, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Thank you guys. And I guess the best approach here would be to break it down individually, one by one, on these related but different kind of mini rants that I have. And the first one is saying years of experience. I've had some situations with some owners recently where I didn't agree with their approach to marketing. I didn't agree with perhaps some of their ingredients or their social media coming and goings. In every single one of those situations where I've just tried to help, whether they asked for it or I've even reached out with unsolicited advice, which I don't do. That's not my style. But I felt like maybe there was a chance they really wanted to listen, that they really wanted some outside perspective. Well, I'm done because it failed on each point. Every single one of them said, whoa, I have 30 years experience in this industry. Well, the industry started in 2011 in the US. Okay, maybe they meant related industries. Okay, we'll give them that benefit of the doubt. I've been making beard products for this long. I am better. You guys, I was once a teacher, a public school teacher. Some of, if not the vast majority of the worst teachers that I ever worked with were 30-year teachers. They were maxed out on the teacher scale. They were just trying to get through the finish line of retirement. They were getting those peak 3 years for their best retirement. So they took on every extracurricular you could imagine, but they were worksheet teachers. They were video teachers. They were stuck in the past in the old ways that do not work with current students. Back in my day, Dan, that was the better way. No, adjust with the times. Meet people where they're at. But also, there's something to be said for just falling into doing something because you've always done it and not advancing, not seeking how to become the best version of yourself right now, this year, today. I do not believe simply having years makes you better. Now, is experience valuable? Oh my gosh, unbelievably. As long as you use it, as long as you listen to it, as long as it's practical. But just simply saying how long you've done something gives me absolutely no reason to believe that it's better than somebody just starting out that's passionate, that's open-minded, that's learning, that's just naturally skillful. There's some people that are just more than others. They just have it. And so I hate that argument. That means nothing to me, but it keeps getting thrown around. In a similar respect, the same kind of owners will throw out titles. I took this certification and I've done this. I am this kind of ologist. I am this kind of thing. And I'm not even talking medically. I'm not talking about a dermatologist. I'm not talking about a doctor, right? Even though the concept kind of remains, that's a whole nother bag I don't want to get into, and trusting professionals just because they have a title and a degree. No, not my thing. But in the beard world, there's all these kind of fringe terms where it's like you went and you studied herbs, you went and you studied oils and all these things, and it doesn't mean anything. It's not any way practical when it comes to beards because we don't have money in actual beard research. Any kind of title that you have is going to be relative to hair and skin in general and could, just like years of experience, could have some benefits, but intrinsically doesn't mean that it does. Just because you have a title and you took some online certification doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else that does their own research. Why? Because the internet is open. There's things like AI that if you know what you're doing, unbelievably valuable. There's real research like PubMed where anybody can access it. You don't need a class. You don't need an institution to learn these things. It doesn't make you better because you have a title. And I've only ever seen that thrown around in defensive ways. Now, I have taken some of those classes. I do have some of those titles. I've literally never talked about it on this channel though, because it's not any reason to. There's no purpose to say, hey, I have this. I went to this institution online and learned about oxidation and absorption rates and all that stuff. It just isn't practical. If you do have that knowledge, if you do have that experience, show it. Let your work do the speaking rather than your defensive counter arguments. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. And then the last one, this is common sense, and I do know many more of you see this without me even saying it, and I don't even really have to go into detail. I have zero respect for companies that their advertising approach is everybody else sucks, everybody else is conning you, and we are the best. In almost all cases of doing this, I have experienced and I have found that those companies tend to be the closest to the sun. Those companies tend to be the closest to the con man, right? It's one of those things when you're accusing people of other things, then oftentimes it's looking inward, right? The couples where the person's like, you're cheating, you're cheating, you're cheating, is the one that's the cheater. I just don't respect that. Now, there is a difference in believing your products are the best. I would hope every single beard product company owner believes their products are top quality, believes that their products deserve to be in the best conversation for anybody's top products, but also understand there's personal variables that can change why somebody likes something, why somebody else doesn't, there's subjective preferences. All of that comes into play. I love pride. I love it. I like that way more than trying to be falsely humble and, oh, no, we're not. No. Be prideful. But it doesn't have to be at the expense of others. You can build yourself up without tearing others down. You can also build yourself up while building others with you and make the entire industry better. I'm just running out of patience for these just Bush League approaches to the industry. Let your products do the talking. Do marketing. Don't be lazy. Understand that this is a business and your business doesn't matter unless it gets in front of people. The way to do that is authentically, genuinely. So many better approaches, you guys. Down below, leave a comment if you guys could. I appreciate you listening today. I just had to get this out here. I'm not calling anybody out. I don't want to say any names in the comments. It's nothing like that. Just this is a safe place. I love talking about this kind of stuff. I love hearing your guys' perspectives. If anything kind of struck a chord with you, put it down below. Let's discuss it. Ask questions. If you want me to go deeper, I'd be happy to. This is something I do feel really strongly about, as I'm sure you guys can tell. So thank you for watching today. Thank you for assuming positive intentions. My name is Dan C. Bearded. Please stay bearded and stay positive.